Today we're joined by Jason the Iceman Cunningham. It's been a while, Jace.
It has, Mark.
We've not seen each other for a while. You've been underground for a while.
I have. I've been keeping a low profile, working away quietly, but we're ready to bounce back.
So first of all, Jace, explain how you are and what you've been up to.
I'm good. Over the past defeat, if you like, with Mr. Tete, I'm over that. I'm back in the gym training. I'm working towards getting out before the year's out. Also working towards being a father again, as you're aware. So there's a lot happening. And then, as you know, we've got other little things in the background that we're working on,
which we'll touch on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump straight into it because you've not given many interviews. I know there was Boxing Social and perhaps a few others, but tell me about the Tete fight in July. Tell me, kind of, looking back now and reflecting on that fight, the training week, the whole piece. What's your thoughts, Jace? Where are you at?
Straight to it. I would never take it back. Don't regret it one single bit. Training camp, absolutely amazing, perfect. Put more work in than ever, and it just wasn't meant to be. I suppose. Obviously, Mark, you've been with me on this journey for the last year or more since obviously the lockdown situation. Yeah, fight. It's just been up and up and up, a bit of a roller coaster really. And when you're up and up and up and everything's going well, you think I was almost there, if you like, and you think everything's going to come good, can't be stopped here. And then things like this, obviously everything happens for a reason. I don't believe that, but it kind of just put a bit of a down on it, didn't it? Obviously the manner of the defeat.
Because were you 7 undefeated up to that point?
7 undefeated up to that point.
And you was capturing the imagination of everyone, weren't you?
The story, like I say, even with the Yafai fight, or even the tattoo and everything came into play, and kind of it had a lot of interest. The story, didn't it? And it's just like I say, it's been going up and up and up from there. I did honestly believe I was going to beat him. Obviously, I was confident in myself. I believed I was going to beat him, and I just thought it was my time. Thought, what way I'm going to be a world champion, but. Then, life has a funny way.
So let's go back to fight week.
Yeah.
So let's start with kind of even the press conference really, because I know we just had a chat off camera about some of the comments that Tete made, probably a little bit under the belt at the press conference. I think Frank even commented by saying we're having none of that talk.
Yeah.
Like, did that faze you at all? Did that? Some of those comments, were they?
They call it Iceman for a reason, don't they? I don't like stuff like that. It just goes straight over my head. The fact of the matter is, we're there, all that talking, to build up a fight, this and that, but it's what happens when you're in that ring. We've just said there, haven't we, just beforehand, that my last few opponents have all had a few different kind of things to say. Tete were fired up. Maybe with that time out at ring, he's not been active. He's an high risk, low reward kind of fighter. We want to fight him. The opportunity was there for me. I want to prove myself, see how good I really am. So I was more than willing to take that fight. But he's been inactive, probably not knowing what's going to happen. He's from that poor country. I know he's had it hard. So for him, maybe he had a bit of a point to prove, a bit between teeth, if you like. And
so he came in fired up. Press conference was putting it on. The interviews, he was clearly coming across as quite kind of aggressive in his tone and his nature. And then weigh in. Let's talk a little bit about that, because he obviously made the weight, but then the size he came in on the night. I think were we expecting that?
No. So this is another thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Aside from the camera, in front of the camera, you're building up a fight, this and that, but he was quite respectable. He was champion. He was quite respectable. So that was fine. I understand you've got to build a fight. So back to the weighing situation. We both made the weight. Now with the IBF rules, obviously my international title on the line, you have to weigh in again in the morning of the fight. So it's no illusion. I'm a very, very big super bantamweight. So I'd put you're allowed a £10 limit from the weigh-in to the next weigh-in on the morning of the fight. I would pretty much put about £9.5 on, and I was holding it there, and I thought, I thought I'm going to be absolutely massive compared to Tete. I thought I'm going to be a lot bigger than him. He's come up these weights, nowhere near going to be as big as I am, and it was opposite. He was pretty much identical to me. So that automatically shows you that for him to put that size on, he is a true super bantamweight. So no, it opened my eyes, but it was kind of and then the rest is history, isn't it?
And in terms of you're in the ring now, fight night, you're in the ring. Was it immediate? Did you know immediately in terms of his power, his sharpness? Like, was it obvious?
He was brilliant. He was easily the best I've ever been in with, and I've been in with some class fighters. I really have. Just I say this to a few people now when I have spoken about it. It's hard to explain unless you're in there with a fighter like that. Now I know I've been in with, like I say, European level, really top level fighters, but unless you're in with world class, then you really see what world class is. He just little things he did. He was hard to pin down, he was hard to hit, he was sharp, that jab, boom, boom. I could feel the jab, it was footing down my neck, and I knew from first round, I thought, I don't think he's washed up. Like, we all kind of in illusion thinking, is he going to be past it? Is he on slide? Well, he weren't, and I don't think there'll be many people who'll be calling Mr. Tete out anytime soon. So, I found out. Like I say, I don't regret it. I wanted to test myself against the best, which is what I'm Mgmt to do. And it just went my night, simple as that.
And knowing what you know now in terms of preparation and game plan, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but would you do anything differently? Could you have done anything differently in terms of the types of spars you had leading up to the fight, or I don't know, the game plan around? Because what was the game plan? What was the thinking?
The game plan was to go safe to begin with. He fought Casimero, and Casimero knocked him out. Obviously, he was a big puncher. Down at bantamweight though, so maybe Tete were drained at that weight. Maybe he needed that whooping weight, and it brought out the best in him. But it was to play it safe, just to see what he's coming out of it, because he's a big puncher. His record proves he's a big puncher. And take him into the later rounds. He's in activity, if you like. Maybe he'd fade in later rounds, tire, whatever else, we don't know. So that was it. But obviously, he didn't get a chance to go there. He was just razor sharp from the off.
Yeah. Okay. And the power, the knockout, because obviously, it was difficult to watch as friends, sponsors, family, everyone was ringside, and it was quite painful to watch and see you kind of with the medical support around you. Now, in terms of, have you experienced anything like that in terms of?
No, I've got a little story for you as well. So no, I've not experienced anything like that. I didn't know about the backhand for a start. It's funny because me and Ray were working on things of changing angles, so we 1-2 step off and then throw that backhand, and I actually did it there and then. I stepped to the side, threw my backhand, and he hit me first. I went, Ray, you told me to do that. Right? So,
what, in the corner?
Yeah, so it was Ray Doyle's fault. No, but so we working in training up pads and stuff as well. We'd worked on them moves, and obviously he was just sharp. He caught me. I didn't know nothing about it. Probably could have been waved off there, to be fair, but took me time, got back to my feet, and then like I say, I can't even remember. I can't even tell you what happened after that.
Yeah.
So that was that. Go on, what were I going to say to you then?
Game plan, anything different?
Yeah, anything different? No, that were it. That was the one. Sorry, I had to think there for a second. A slight blank moment, but right, all commotion after I've been knocked out. Say, don't forget, when it's all good, it's good. When I fought the Couvier, my daughter and my missus' daughter, Lex, they were both there, Maddie and Lex ringside. All good when you're winning, everyone's having a good night, fantastic. On the other hand, they both went down to London, they both wanted to be there. Yeah. Fair enough. Obviously, when I think I'd been knocked out, there's a bit of confusion, but when oxygen mask comes out, it's a bit scary. Yeah. So they were upset. There's my missus there, pregnant, you couldn't write it all this. So she's trying to sort kids out for like, my dad spotted everything. He's come down, got near ringside, then he's had to veer off the toilet. Didn't feel very well. So I think the entire commotion, the girls, the job lot, I'm at ring with an oxygen mask on. Yeah. My dad's gone to the toilet and killed over, fainted in toilet.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
So two Cunninghams out for the count that night, by the way. But my dad killed over in toilets and had two guys bringing him out. So there's a story for you as well. So it kind of got to everyone that night. But
that's got to be a first.
But we'll be back. Me and Wilf will be back.
Cool. Okay. So look, moving on. Obviously, still with Queensbury. Still with Frank. Firstly, have you spoke to Frank? Yeah. Is there a roadmap in terms of?
Obviously, they're busy with all the shows that they've had lately and recently coming up. I will be out before the year's out. In emails, we've had that. We've not obviously finalised the date yet or what is coming next. I've kind of left that down to them. But I did see Frank 2 weeks after my fight. Obviously, I talked to Dennis McCann a lot. Went down there, watched Dennis, watched the bill, good bill down at the Copper Box Arena.
Yeah.
And I was sat right behind Frank. Then I sat right behind Frank, and Frank actually come to me. He gave me a hug, and he says, "We do what you want us to do." Obviously, that's meaning whatever I'm going to do. I'm not carrying on. I've had enough. Whatever else. And says, "No," I says, "I'm coming back." I says, "Obviously, it were raw, a bit sore back then.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I defeated Tech and manner of defeat and stuff, were a bit different to any others, but."
And you're still in contract with
yeah,
Queensbury,
still in contract. Everything's good there. I mean, I've not put a foot wrong. I got beat by Tete, but there's no shame in that.
No, absolutely. No.
So he said, "Look, we'll bring you back." And I says, "Oh no, I'm coming back." I says, even though I felt down at times, I says, "I know I'm coming back. Not that I've got anything to prove to anyone else, nothing to prove to anyone, but it's more myself. I think, and myself pride." So he says, "Well, that's fine." He says, "We'll bring you back when you're ready, and go from there, basically." So. That's how it is.
So if I'll throw a couple of names at you.
Yep.
So Liam Davis.
Yep.
And the Baluta fight coming up.
Just been announced today. Of all days,
today?
That's been announced for a Telford show, 19th of November, I believe it was. Very interesting. So definitely the winner of that. It's a big fight. It's a fight that's interesting for public. I think for me now, I am at the end of my career, if you like. I've got this deal with Frank, big fights. I want to be involved now in the biggest fights I possibly can.
And I'm right in saying, Jace, you got stripped of your European title.
Yeah, I did. May as well go straight to that point first. I think it's I was a bit hard done to, if you like. I got let known about that literally straight after, more or less, of the fight as well. So that's another kick down below, if you like. So yeah, you beat the champion for it. You face 2 mandatories, not voluntary defences. You get beat by Tete, who were a pound for pound top 10 fighter a few years back, former 2-time world champion, and they stripped you. So a bit of a sore subject, really, isn't it? But it is what it is. That was their decision. And
has Liam picked up that title? What's the situation?
I'll be happy to fight any of those two. I mean, there's no saying who's going to win that fight. Davis, been impressed with him so far. Baluta's an handful for anyone. He's just non-stop. So. Yeah, I'd be interested in that fight. Winner of that fight obviously gets me right back in picture, and it's a good fight for public.
And from a rankings perspective, where are you? Are you in the rankings?
I've not even looked back. No. Yeah, I've just not even looked back. Obviously, I think I was number 7th at IB, I think world, ranked with WBO, and Tete was. Bit of a shame, really, because like I say, the winner of that really has been elevated. Obviously, it's Tete, and good luck to him. But we come again.
Okay. I'm going to throw another name at you.
Yeah.
Brad Foster.
Yeah. That there's always going to be that little rivalry there. Yeah. It'll be coming up, exactly a year. I think it's near enough a year to the day that I beat Brad.
What a night as well.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant night.
We were there, Ollie.
Even cameraman, Ollie were on form that night, weren't you, Ollie? You were on form that night. So yeah, everything to take away from that. The events, the all build up, even what media work behind it, you did yourself. Very, very good night. But yeah, there's still always going to be a rivalry there, and it was there to see. It's clear as day, even to today. Very, very bitter about that defeat. He was, and even his fans. Had a lot of stick on social media from his fans as well. So
and he's been beat again since. Am I right in saying?
Yeah, by Baluta. That's he's an handful for anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think credit to Brad for taking that fight to come back to. He wanted to get himself right back in picture, which obviously that would have done it. But it was an hard fight to take. I thought Baluta all wrong for him, because Brad fights in his own pace. He likes to fight in bursts every now and again, do his own thing. Whereas Baluta, he's on you all night, so you're always guaranteed a good fight with him. He's non-stop.
And is that a fight you want to take? You need to take? What in terms of Brad, or is that ship sailed?
No, it's not. It's definitely not sailed. I'm quite intrigued in that fight because there's obviously a story there.
Yeah.
There's a rivalry there. It gained again a lot of interest.
Yeah.
And I believe I beat him easy a second time round from first fight. What I know now from that first fight to take from it, I believe I beat him easier.
And has he made some changes to the team?
Do you know what? It's been quiet with Brad for a bit now. I'm not quite too sure. You know as much as me on that one, Mark.
I think I saw something. Yeah. Maybe a change of trainer or something, but it might not be right.
Possibly, because like I say, 2 defeats back to back, changes need to be made. Otherwise, before long, you're going to be dropped. So it'd be interesting, but that's definitely a fight I look at, and financially I can gain from that fight as well. So for me now, like I say, I am at the end of my career, if you like. I want to be getting as much out of this as I possibly can.
Yeah. And the work we do at Media Management is very much about kind of making sure you take the best advantage of your commercial work, and we've got the sponsors behind, and again on the night, fantastic kind of turnout from a sponsorship point of view. So just a few words on kind of the sponsors and what it means.
Firstly, obviously towards you, Mark, Ollie, Sarah, everyone, Jeremy, everyone to do with media management. It's a big thank you for me. I am very grateful for everything you've done. From that Yafai fight, how it come about. I remember Steffi gave me a call. I was on Sally's massage bed at the time, on a massage, and I really.
On whose massage bed? Sally.
Yeah, Sally's no good steady. No, we don't need this, Mark. Anyway, she's a professional sports massage, whatever you want to call it. Sally's massage bed, and I got a phone call from Steffi saying, JC Chef fight, you're on like 3 weeks' notice, weren't you? I weren't interested. I was going to make like the same kit before it, but that short notice, I thought, well, they'll do the shorts, this and that, I don't mind. Obviously, I'm always confident of beating him. But I says, I'm with Mark, he reckons he can get you some sponsorship and a bit of help. And I was like, mate, I said, I was just going to leave it. It's like 3 weeks. I said, it'll just be mad, it'll be chaotic. I said, no, you don't have to worry about a thing. Mark, they'll sort everything for you, everything will be done. I says, yeah, okay, go on then, this and that. And like from that day forward, the night, the night as well, that night for everything, like everything just come together, didn't it? And then from there, we've just gone on and on and on and on. So big massive thank you for you personally as well, and everyone behind me. And like I say, I've got some very good people behind me as well. Then, on to sponsors. Ollie, can you zoom in? Give some extra. I was joking. But no, I've had brilliant support. I think it's a story as well. Everyone's got into a story and how it's gone from there. Obviously, all that the underdog will never lost hope and everything. So, I've had some brilliant support, and I've made some friends, so gained some friendships, relationships out of it as well. People have really gone on board, and I've already had people saying that they're going to continue to support me as well. So,
and I suppose in the same theme, you're looking at some opportunities outside the ring as well now. It's probably made you think about how, the importance of staying in the sport and giving something back, albeit in a different way. So do you want to talk a little bit about some of the ideas that we're talking about, and then meeting today after the interview?
Nice to hear about stuff after. Firstly, I have 3 women around me who have to look after, and I've got a 4th on way, so I need something after boxing. Because it's going to be hard work. But
when's the baby due?
The baby is due 2 weeks on Sunday.
Girl or boy, or don't you know?
It's a girl. Can't give no names away, but it's a girl. Could drop any time. Our lass is constantly flat eating pineapple. Apparently that does the job. I don't know.
Okay.
Myth if you ask me, but she's eating a lot of pineapple anyway. So that's that one. Back to the kid situation and obviously giving back. I've always been involved with working with kids and through everything through boxing really. Disengaged, like teenagers if you like as well. I kicked out of mainstream school. I've always been involved with it since probably 19 years old. So I've been involved a long time, even obviously with Jamie and
Fight
Gavs.
for Good and Team Mac.
Foundation, I had a lot of hands on there as well, so it's always something I've been interested in, and it's giving a bit of guidance, a role model if you like, of ways you can go, because if it weren't for boxing, I don't know what I would have done or where I'd be. It's always given me focus. It's always been good for me, obviously physically, but mentally as well. Exercise. There's nothing better for you mentally than exercise. But it's always given me focus in life, if you like, and something to aim towards. And I've done all right out of it. So always looking to give back. And like I said, that's another thing we've got. We've got plans of moving forward, and I believe what we are working towards is going to be a massive success.
So in terms of some of that community-based work, and it does lean towards, is there potentially a career outside the ring, in and around boxing, training, managing fighters, promoting shows, that kind of thing? Is that of interest?
Yeah, always. Obviously, yourself, Mark, we're all in it. It's a close-knit team. I've always, I've been with Steve for years now. We've got a very, very good relationship. So I'm following suit. After boxing, I'm always going to be involved in boxing. It's been a massive part of my life. It always will be. It's on to managing, training fighters and stuff like that. Same again, obviously, like with the kids, working with kids. I want to keep that going. I'm since the Tete fight, I've been a lot more. I had to have a rest after it anyway, but I've been a lot more hands-on in the gym. So I've been helping out with the amateur sessions, my mini eaters class that I did before. That's up and running again 3 times a week. That's obviously kids, just introducing them to boxing really. 5 to 10 year olds, so they're quite young. It's more fun, but basics of boxing. So giving them back, hopefully it's going to be like a conveyor belt. We've got mini eaters, then we're into amateurs, then seniors, pros. So it's just a conveyor belt, and obviously a conveyor belt for success.
Great. Well, thanks, Jace. That's it's been good to catch up because it's been a while, and I think it's interesting because it was July you fought Tete, and it feels like a long time ago. Yeah. But it's good to hear you're back, and you're going to be in the ring soon, and you're going to be opening and developing new opportunities outside the ring as well.
Definitely.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And in terms of media management and the work that we're doing, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and like our content to catch up on all our future work.